So hi folks, hello once again, and you're very welcome along to another programme, to another edition of Down Your Way. I'm here in Rossgrave this week at the Tipperary Flower. Cathaoirleach of the County Board is with me. Barbara Farrell, congratulations on a special event tonight.
Oh, it's a great event tonight, the launch and the opening of the FLA. And as you can see, the crowd in the hall, it's a great crowd. And people are delighted to be here to offer support to the local committee for all they've done for the community over the course of this week.
Absolutely, being yourself. That's your time. How long have you been chairperson of the group?
That's a difficult question to answer. I'd have to go back and look at the records, but too long nearly now at this stage.
Okay, you're more than a couple of years anyway.
Oh, more than a couple of years, yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We caught up with you in Ballina one year. We caught up with you in God only knows where.
Yeah, all around. We were in Ballina a couple of times there back in the day, and we were in Clonmel there last year, and Ballycommon, Newport. So we're getting around the county,
Absolutely.
And we love to go to different locations in the county to try bring this sense of community to each area, because it gives each branch a great boost.
Absolutely. The other side of it is, of course, Cultus has grown all the time, and it is growing all over the country.
It's growing all over the country. It's growing all over the world. I couldn't tell you how many branches there are, but we're on the 5 continents at the moment, and they're all over the place. And China, Russia, South America, North America. I don't think we're in Antarctica yet.
Okay. And it's grown from the kids, really, for the most part, isn't it? The young lads.
It's what?
Yeah, the boys and girls, they really have grown it.
Oh, they're loving it, the kids are. And they grow up together, and they go, and I think I said this to you before, they go into a competition and they play against each other. And there's winners, there's 3 winners usually, and the rest are all just doing their best. And then they all go off to either the local pub or a hall or whatever, and they all sit down and they play together. And speaking from my own family and my own children, the amount of friends they have now that were their friends when they were in the under 10 competitions, and that's the way I think with everybody. They make the friends. They mightn't see them all year because they're from all over the country, but they make friends and they keep those friends. It is the competitions. They all practice, all year round for the competitions, because everybody would like to get, as Catherine just said, it's the All Ireland final to go to the Fleadh Heron and Belfast this year. So they all aspire to go there. So they're practicing. But obviously only so many can go, and there's disappointment, but again, that's a great builder for everybody. You can't win everything all the time.
How did you get involved in Cultus?
I got involved when my children started playing. So I'm a member of Ormond branch in Nina, and my children started playing music, and you sort of get sucked in and you can't get out again.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then I could say you came up the ladder.
Yeah, I started. I joined the committee in Ormond, and then I became secretary in Ormond, and then I became secretary for the county board, and now I'm chair of the county board. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And the other side of it is, of course, to have a show like this, there's a lot of planning.
There's a huge amount of planning, but I suppose with the Fleadh we have a set schedule of events as such. The Fleadh weekend we have certain things to do, but when you go to each different community, they put their own stamp on it by doing different things, like the Cayley in the swimming pool the other morning. I mean, that was great fun.
Yeah.
The age-friendly night out, that was something that every other area doesn't have. And they were doing line dancing, and all those things are different, and each area has their own individual stamp to put on a Fleadh.
Absolutely, yeah, and indeed, just looking around the room here tonight, you're represented from all over the county.
There are, all over the county. There's branches, you can see over there now at the moment, there's a group there from Cashel getting photographed with their recipient who won an award tonight. There's people from Care, from North Tipperary, Clonmel, all the way around the county they've come.
Tell me about the Gradam Awards. How did they come about?
The Gradam Awards are there. There's a number of different Gradam Awards. What we gave tonight were Gradam Servitia. So it's for people in Cultus or the community who do service to the organisation, to promote our culture in lots of different ways. And the four people tonight were all nominated, and they were worthy recipients, and that's what that award is about.
So you had 4 awards here tonight.
Yeah.
Tell us about the 4 that got the awards.
Okay, we had Pat Flanagan, who is the secretary of the Fleadh, and he's also the secretary of Roscrea branch, and he is a great worker. And without him, this Fleadh wouldn't have happened. We have Anne Keevy, who is from Age Action in Roscrea, who has done a huge amount of work for the county and for this area. And I think it's very insignificant, the award we gave her, compared to the amount of work that she does, because it's amazing. And then we had 2 other Cultus people. We had Teresa Shelley from Cashel, and we had Anne Fian from here in Roscrea, who in their own ways, in different ways, help run the organisation and are great help to everybody involved in it.
Absolutely. And indeed, you just had 4 award winners.
Just 4 tonight, because we like to, you could probably have 20 awards, because we'd have loads of people we could give awards to, but to make it special, we feel to have a smaller number. It makes it very special for those few people. But those awards can be granted, a branch can decide they want to make an award, and they can put forward a proposal, and they can do it within the branch themselves. So any of our 12 branches can award people in their area if they so wish.
So if we were to count a number, how many branches do you have in County Tipperary?
There are currently 12 branches in Tipperary, from Ballycommon in Nina in the north, all the way down to Powerstown, Lisroney, Newcastle, Kilcash down the south. So we've a good spread across the county.
Then if we were to count in the members, you have hundreds of members.
There's hundreds of members within the county, yeah, absolutely, and it's growing every year. We took, like a lot of organisations, we took a hit during COVID and people fell off a bit. And for a couple of years ago, our Fleadh would have had between 900 and 1,000 competitors. After COVID, we went down to under 400, and we're up over 500 now. So it's coming back slowly but surely.
Absolutely. Well, Barbara, look, it's a real pleasure having you on the programme once again.
That's great. Thank you very much.
And success.
And your support at all these events is well appreciated within the group. So thank you very much, Eamon.
We're going to take a first break. We're back just after these. Indeed, you're very welcome back to Down Your Way. I'm in Roscrea this week at the County Fla. Absolutely, after a brilliant evening here in Roscrea. Shane Lee is with us. How are you doing, Shane?
Good, Eamon, and thanks a million for coming along here tonight to a very unique start to the Fla here in Roscrea. The launch was happening here tonight at the Mintonatira Hall. You know, and I suppose prior to the launch happening tonight, we had lots of activities that took place, starting from Sunday gone by, where there was a mass for Colin Brussels in the local church here in Roscrea, but also then with loads of other activities that took part throughout the week. It has been hugely positive festival so far, and no doubt from tomorrow, Saturday, starting at 10 a.m, we'll see lots of huge talent coming to the town of Roscrea, be it the language or the storytelling or the singing. So we look forward to that all over the weekend.
I heard that you were doing the piece of storytelling about politics. Maybe not.
No, we weren't going down that road, and we're trying to stay away from that today. It's just about being here to support the local branch here in Roscrea, who have done Trojan work. You know, and it's important that we give the support to them and what they have been doing, you know, because all of this is done on a voluntary basis, as you can appreciate, and that's hugely important for me as an elected representative and someone that's a local councillor in the town, to give them the support back, you know, and they acknowledge that here tonight, to see the support. And I was happy enough to give them a contribution towards my GMA money as well, that support them as well along the way. So they're very appreciative and they're very respectful to that, and they're a great bunch, and we're very happy to have it here in Roscrea this time.
It's brilliant that you're a big family really for the most part, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely, and that's what it's about. And you know, like every town and community is built on volunteerism and community, you know, and that's what it's all about. And it has been spoke about the culture and the history and everything that takes part throughout music as a whole. You know, and they spoke about people participating over the weekend from the age of 7 up to the age of 75, and that tells its own story. You know, so that's what it's about. The participation of that itself is a huge thing, and we're, as I said, hugely satisfied to have the Fla here, the County Fla in Roscrea for the last number of days.
Have you ever been involved to an extent to play music yourself and stuff?
No, but my late dad would have partaked in Flas right across the county, but also the country, you know, and he ended up at the latter years of his life, he played the drums, and he played for a lot of weddings and a lot of functions right across this county. So I was introduced to music at a very young age from going around with my dad to the Fla Kyols, and I just spoke about here tonight where we had the Munster Fla here back in 2012, where my dad also volunteered. So we would have been introduced to music at a very young age, and it's something that I can't play an instrument, which I intend to start picking up. I was trying to learn the bodhrán. I think it's a very unique thing, but there's a brother of mine who played in the Teppenmore pipe band, so there's a bit of music still carried on from my late dad, and it's something that, as I said, I'm hugely passionate about.
And very proud of as well.
Yes, absolutely, without that, you know, and like, you know, especially in my life, in public life, where I'd meet a lot of people from time to time, and they'd always remember, they'd say, oh, your dad sang for our wedding, or, you know, played music for our wedding, and you know, he was very much involved in that as well. So yeah, I'm very proud about it. Yes.
The town is thriving here.
Yes, absolutely. And like as I said, days like this and weeks like this and nights like this is hugely positive. You know, and that's what it's all about, is trying to create that positive image. You know, and there was a lot of things spoken about here tonight, be it the age-friendly or awards that was handed out to people that have given their lifetime to the community and to the town of Roscrea and to groups and organisations. So like, we have to acknowledge that also.
The girl that won the award, age-friendly girl, I just can't remember her name.
Anne Keevy was the girl.
Yeah, she is brilliant.
Absolutely, and Anne has given her lifetime to the community and especially to the elderly side of the house, and still involved up to today. You know, and Anne was one of the founder members of the Age Friendly, and she spoke about the 10 years that has been happening this year. But yeah, Anne she's a fantastic person, and she's very well respected in Roscrea.
Of course, top of the town, or just out near Monahincha, Pat Flanagan.
Pat Flanagan, absolutely. Pat is an absolute genius. I'm the chairperson of the Roscrea St. Patrick's Day Parade, and Pat would be a contact that we'd always have. You know, Kyols play a massive part in the parade each year, but Pat is also a very respectful guy. As I was said here tonight, every Wednesday night he does lessons and stuff. And again, his wife Marion was also a teacher when I was in primary school, and she was down there cracking a joke about trying to learn me about playing the tin whistle back then. So yeah, the Flanagan family are a very passionate family about music and very into the history and the culture and everything that has to offer. Yeah, but look, listen, we've a lot of positive things that's also taking place, Eamon, here in Roscrea, you know, and there's huge development taking place. The recent one being, as I spoken about, where Anne said it here, that the Mount Carmel nursing home, which was a private nursing home, that has now come into public care, and that came from working, everybody coming together, but also a huge part of that was down to Deputy Michael Lowry, who had got that secured for us. And that's just that we've the Reach Hub. We speak just across the road here. We're going to have the age-friendly hub, and we're going to have a new Gantley Street. There has been a huge amount of investment in the town. But and I said, little things like this are all small wins that take place, and I'm not saying this is small. This is a massive week for Roscrea, and I just want to, as I said again, just to thank the committee themselves for what they've done to bring this together here to Roscrea.
The meeting at Tira Hall is looking very beautiful.
Yes, absolutely, and I help out here with the committee themselves. They got a grant recently to do up, as you see, the outside of the hall. This hall is very well utilised. Nearly every night of the week there's something that takes place here within the Minton at Tira Hall. A committee, a very small committee, an age committee I shall say, that run this hall and keep it up to very well to the standard that's required. So as you can see here, it's very well done, and it's very well received by the people of the town.
You're of course involved in lots of sport, I suppose, as well around here.
Yes, absolutely. I'm involved in a lot of sports. This year I took up refereeing, if you don't smile from my sins. I did, Bigar. But look.
How can you balance that with politics?
Sure, look, I've played a lot of sport in my time, and for me, we often hear people criticising what goes on within the refereeing side of things, and it's nice to give back. My own son, I spent a lot of time on the road with him. He played football at a high enough level, so I spent nearly 7 years travelling with him, and he's settled down now in Cork City at the moment, so that freed up a small bit of my time in terms of the evening time. And I said, you know what, the Referees Association came to the clubs across the county and said that they needed referees to come forward. So I said, I'll give it a go and give something back. And it's important to do that as well, but I am involved. I help out, I suppose, a lot with different funding streams and different grants to be it the rugby side, the football, the athletics, be it whatever the case may be, the hurling clubs, all that type of stuff. Yeah, and it's very important that we have all of that going on within our town.
You're a really community man, though, for the most part, haven't you?
But sure, look, listen, it's part of what I am.
Is that why you got involved in politics?
Yes, absolutely. It's part of my DNA, Eamon, and it's something that I'm hugely passionate about, and like it was said to me here tonight, politics can be a messy type, and it can, but it's hugely important when you can go out and you can help people and help your community and represent your community as best you can. And I often do say there's sometimes I forget my politician, but look, I'm hugely passionate about our town, about our people and what it has to offer.
Historic town for the most part, hasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. A very historic town, and you see, that's a very important thing for the town of Roscrea as well. The history of what goes on and the castle and everything it has there as well. Yes.
You were down in Monahincha there last summer. Just a special place.
Oh, absolutely, and it's brilliant down there in Monahincha. And as I said, is the history that's associated with Monahincha itself. And you speak about the calmness and the relaxation when you go down, and it's nice to have that just on the hinterland of the town centre. So yes, Monahincha is a very important part of the town.
Yeah, and you rightly say, really relaxing.
Yes, and that's what it's about. And people, life is just busy at the moment for lots of people, and some people just like time, like here tonight, as I said, and like the event, the music and song that I took place on Monday night through the Fla. Just there was a sense of community, a sense of belonging, a sense of relaxation, and probably a bit of meditation through all of that as well. And people that's what people want to have today. It's just that bit of calmness around, and that's important. Well, sure, look, listen, but that comes through leadership as well, and it comes through people having choice, and we choose what path we want to go in life and what we want to receive in life, but it is important that we have a bit of time out. Everybody needs time out and a bit of relaxation, and that's hugely important.
Absolutely. But Shane, look, it's a real pleasure to have you down your way.
And thank you very much, Eamon, for being here tonight in Roscrea.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Anne Fionn is with us. How are you doing, Anne?
Well, thank you. Just want to wish the Flag Committee best of luck, and it's a lovely weekend.
You didn't bring down the fiddle or the melodeon, no?
No, not this time, no.
Are you part of the group?
Yes, I am, yes. I am for many years, yes.
Okay, would you go to all the sessions and all that kind of thing?
Yes, we did, yeah, very much.
Okay, very good stuff. No, but it's a magic crowd and all that. But as a young girl growing up, did you play the music, did you?
No, we didn't, no. My children played music.
Okay, yeah. So you went along and brought them to different shows?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, very good, yeah.
So that's what it's all about, isn't it?
That's it, that's the part of it, yeah, taking part.
Yeah. But the culture of the Cultus, goes back a long ways.
Oh yes, our branch is over 50 years.
Okay. And it's a successful story, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Good to be with us on the program anyway. And thank you very much for saying hello.
Thank you very much.
Donald Bowes with us, one of the great musicians of our time. How are you doing, Donald?
Absolutely very good. Great. Yeah. Great to be here. Fantastic night, wasn't it?
Absolutely. You're very much a part of Cultus, haven't you, over your lifetime?
After being involved, since very young age, yeah. Remember one of the early flags here in 73, I suppose, yeah. Maybe started around then. Yeah, so yeah, we had a long, long time. We had some great flags too in Timbletoe and that, so very involved, yeah.
And year after year, you keep it going.
I keep going, yeah, and now into the singing circles and the rambling houses and all like that. So it's just lovely and meet lovely people. And great friends over the years, you know. It's fantastic.
I'm sure you have,
Yeah, fabulous, yeah, and keep meeting up here and there, so it's great.
And tonight, of course, is a special night for the community here in Roscrea.
Absolutely brilliant, and the awards, they're richly deserved there by everyone, yeah. I know them for years. An awful lot of work to do, and, you know, behind the scenes. So it's fabulous, yeah, I'm delighted for them all.
You're probably a recipient of a few awards in your
Oh, no, no.
Well, I heard you sing so many times, and so much brilliant.
Yeah, thank you very much. No, it's a lovely day to do it, lovely to be part of it.
So here where we take another break. We're here in Roscrea. That was Donald Bow. We're back just after these. Indeed, you're very welcome back to Down Your Way. Anne Keevy is with me. How are you doing, Anne?
I'm brilliant, absolutely great, and it's a great night.
Congratulations on your award.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm delighted to receive it and to accept it. On behalf of myself, but especially on behalf of Age Friendly Roscrea.
Yeah, and Age Friendly, of course, you're one of the founding fathers of the whole thing.
That's right. 10 years ago, we called an open meeting here in this hall, and 40 people turned up, and that was the starting of the organisation. And we now have, we are based in the courthouse. We're there since 2017, and it's an absolute hive of activity. But more than anything, we feel we're an advocacy group who are trying to advance and progress the rights and entitlements of older people.
Absolutely, and you know, you're really richly deserved this award tonight, because I've been studying Age Friendly and all of that over the last number of years, and you're a great pioneer.
Well, all I can say, Eamon, is it was like pushing an open door. People were very eager to come on the journey with us, and very gracious about supporting and helping us. So, as I said earlier, Roscrea is in a very good space at the moment in relation to older people. There are a lot of green shoots, a lot of new projects, really important projects that need to be supported and minded and nurtured so that we maximise the potential and get the best out of them.
Tell me about your own life, the growing up years for you.
Oh, well, I was born in Thurles, and when I was 6, we came to Roscrea. My father was station master, and it was a totally different time, and we grew up in the station house at the railway, and it was like a bird's eye view of the world, because we saw everyone come and go. We saw everyone come and go, and we saw life in its rawest form. We saw people arrive home from England, go back to England. We saw, at that time, the men in the factory went to England to work for the summer. So the sadness when they'd take off, and the joy when they'd come back with all the presents. All the weddings would leave from the station. So the music would come to the station. My father would give us threepence to sweep up the confetti. And we'd sweep it up, and he'd give us the money, and then we'd fire it at one another. So we weren't much good to him. But it was a lovely place to grow up.
Simple days.
There were simple days, but life was, I'm not saying it's hard, because everyone was in the same boat. And that's what's really important, that you are relatively well compared to everyone else. Do you know?
So where did you go to school?
I went to school in the Sacred Heart here in Roscrea. I went to the what they call the junior school, and then into the secondary school. And when I was about 10, there was a thing called the Galen Scholarship, and you went to Connemara for 3 months, and I went to Rossmuck. And I look now at my own daughters. There's no way, much and all as I loved Irish, there's no way that I'd let them go away for 3 months. And then my secondary school was in Roscrea, and then I went to the Mater Hospital.
Okay, the Mater Hospital course, did they where you really kind of developed your own career?
Yeah, I loved it, yeah. I trained there, and then I went to Holles Street and did midwifery, and then I came back to the Mater. And most of my time there was in the accident and emergency department. And yeah, they were great days. There weren't that many staff that time, but there was a great team, and we had great fun. Amidst all the drama and trauma, we had lots of fun. Yeah.
When did you come back to Roscrea?
I came back to Roscrea in 1990, and I took up the position in the Dean Maxwell. And my biggest, asset when I came back was that I knew nothing. I'd never worked in a residential unit. So not only did I not know what to do, I didn't know what I couldn't do. And it really was a blessing.
You developed Dean Maxwell to where it is today for the most part?
Yeah, we did, yeah. And again, it was like pushing an open door. We opened the day unit. We built it up to a 7-day-week service. Now it breaks my heart. There's no day service. But hopefully that will be sorted out soon, yeah. We opened the Laurels, which was the first outreach service for palliative care, outreach from Milford. Then we developed the respite service. And again, it was all about having a bit of crack and having a bit of fun and living our lives. And every year, Eamon, towards the end of August, we'd have maybe 2 or maybe 3 buses, and we'd all head off to Cairn for a week. And that week was wonderful. It was just absolutely wonderful. And everyone that ever went, and all the staff that went, and we couldn't have done it only for the staff and their commitment and dedication. They still talk about the impact of that holiday. The place was right on the beach, and for people who live in Roscrea, many will never have seen the sea, but even for those of us that see the sea in odd time, we just love to see it. It's just lovely. And we were very lucky. The Kennedys of Clonakilty, Jim Kennedy and his wife, they used to come with us and they'd play music. We were like the travelling Wilburys. Do you know? We packed up and we had to bring everything with us. But we did, and it was lovely. And I have great memories. And it was things like that that made our lives so good and the work so interesting.
You're as well, I know, there's lots of things we could talk about, but you're as well writing stories and writing about people's lives.
Well, not some. I'm more trying to get other people to do it. And I fill in the gaps if I have to. We're doing our 4th Roscrea Digest at the moment, and I know the pleasure that my mother got from the Roscrea Peoples, Georgie Cunningham's production. Right up to the day she breathed her last, she had a pile of them beside her, and she dipped into them on and off, and it was always an interest for her, and she enjoyed them. And the other thing, of course, is that we can't lose all these stories.
Absolutely.
Do you know?
And then looking back and looking at the past, really, for the most part.
The stories? No, not necessarily. In the main they are, because we're trying to capture these stories. But not necessarily. There's people who write poetry, and there's songs, and there's... no.
So
No.
you still have a full life yourself, even though you're not in the nursing home.
Oh yeah. Well, I retired a little bit early.
Okay.
I went from Dean Maxwell to Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel were building a new nursing home at the time, and then I'm as busy as I need to be or want to be. Yeah, I'm very lucky, Eamon.
Absolutely, terrific. You're in great health.
I'm not too bad at all, yeah? I'm plugged in, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
Yeah,
okay. That's okay.
yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. We must go to see your sessions there. You have one once a month.
We do, and we have a Friday club every Friday, and that always turns into a session.
Okay.
And there are other groups. The Rosie Greys are there on a Wednesday. They're a choir, and that follows the chair yoga. And Monday there's a craft group, and they're all very great conversationalists and love talking. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we'll be here again on the 28th of May, when we have a panel who are going to discuss with us, and it's really our voices that need to be heard that night about how we are looking at our own ageing and the ageing of the community and what we can do to support the services that are there.
Well, look, and in the meantime, congratulations on fantastic award.
Thank you very much.
We really,
Eamon, thank you.
It's brilliant to be here. I do intend to call to one of your sessions.
Oh, do yeah? No, you'd be very welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd be very welcome.
So we're going to take another break. We're here at the Kiltas here in Roscrea. We're back just after these. Indeed, you're very welcome back to the final part of Down Your Way. Catherine Brown is with me. Catherine, how are you?
Wonderful now, after a great evening.
Absolutely, you were MC here tonight and did a great job.
I was indeed, and I suppose I had a great reason for being MC. It's usually Pat Flanagan, but I took over the mantle as he was getting a very special award tonight.
Absolutely, and indeed, look, there were fantastic 4 great Gradam Awards.
Indeed, we had 4 very worthy recipients. We had Pat Flanagan, Anne Feehan here from our local branch, Anne Keevy, who great Roscrea supporter and a great founder of Age Friendly here in Roscrea, and then Teresa Shelley from Cashel as well.
Absolutely, terrific. Tell me about yourself. How do you get involved in this?
I grew up in Roscrea Coltis, going to the practices every Wednesday night in Roscrea 2000 as it was originally, and then some of the other primary schools, and then eventually into Colossus Football, the secondary school. And every Wednesday night you'd look forward to going to playing your tunes and meeting your friends, and that's how we went to a very small little rural primary school, but I made loads of friends in town as a result of Roscrea Coltis.
Absolutely, and your dad and mum are part of Kiltas?
Yeah, and I suppose they, like most parents in the community, once we started playing, they joined Coltis as well, and Mam was secretary for some of the FLAs over the years, and Dad, he writes a few songs and bits and bobs when he has a bit of time, yeah.
Very much so, and indeed are lovely as well.
Yeah, and I spoke tonight about how I get my Gaeilge from the lovely Keevy family, and Anne Keevy got the award tonight, and her mother, Banny Keevy, was my preschool teacher back in the day, and we only spoke Gaeilge, and that's how I got such wonderful Gaeilge and interest in the culture.
Absolutely, indeed. And to be what county secretary, is that it?
No, I'm a Munster PRO.
Munster PRO.
And I'm the music officer for Coltis as well.
Oh my God. So a kind of a busy job.
A busy job, and I was MC tonight just for the one night, but I helped out with the programme for Roscrea for the county FLA.
Yeah, terrific. There's a lot of work on all of this, isn't there?
There is, but only for the Premier Credit Union, the Chamber and the businesses in town who got in and supported us, and then we put all that together into a week long of events, and we started out originally just saying we'd have 3 nights, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and that was it. And then as the support kept growing and growing, we extended, and we started last Sunday with a lovely newly commissioned mass, or newly composed mass, and we went going all the way up until tomorrow.
Absolutely, terrific. Well, look, it's great to be here and to be part of.
And thank you so much for coming and your great support over the last couple of months.
Absolutely, no bother. We want to say hello to Carol Thompson. She's the chairperson of the FLA committee. Yeah, you're all busy.
We're very busy, been very busy for a number of months, and it's all coming to fruition this week. All our planning is falling into place, and we've had some lovely events since last Sunday, and a great turnout from people, lots of involvement from local people, and it's been a very enjoyable week so far.
Absolutely, yeah, and indeed, I was listening to you there on the stage, or making different speeches and stuff like that. It was very heartwarming for the most part.
Oh, well, look, we feel very strongly that Roscrea needed an event like this, and especially an event that could reach out across communities and age groups, and we've tried to do that. That was our aim at the start, and between our swim Céilís and our line dancing and our age friendly and the schools posted competitions and the Dromaíocht and the Clúra, which reached across communities, we've managed to do that.
Absolutely. There's a lot of planning, of course, on the 7 days.
A lot of planning, but we have a great committee, a very strong committee, small but great, very hard working and very motivated.
Absolutely. How did you get involved in Cultus?
My children became involved a number of years ago, maybe 35 years ago. I'm in Roscrea Cultus for about 35 years now, and my children have got great benefits out of Cultus, and now my grandchildren are benefiting. So that's why I have a loyalty to Cultus. I think the whole family has benefited from our involvement and from being part of it.
Yeah, Cultus is a little bit more about playing music, isn't it?
And it's also about team building when you're in a group. It's also about social development for young children when they're meeting week on, week off. It's about friendships. It's about a lot of things, most of them social.
Absolutely, but you're out and about and you have to get the show on the road as well.
Oh, you do, and that's when you have to stick by the bun rocked, and you have to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, and that's why I suppose we have a committee and we guide each other along the way. And I suppose for the most part, for the preparation of this FLA, we had the guidance of the county board, who are very experienced in running FLAs.
Carol, it's nice to say hello and congratulations on a success story.
Thanks, Eamon, and thanks for coming tonight. I hope you enjoy the evening.
Pat Fahey is with me.
I'm very good, Eamon. Thank you very, very much indeed. Actually, great to see you here.
Yeah, I didn't realise that you were involved in Cultus.
Well, not directly involved here, but I'm very friendly. I've played a lot of music with some of the participants that are here tonight and that will be participating over the weekend as well. So that's basically the reason why I'm here, and also to support it here in Roscrea. I think it's wonderful to see it here in Roscrea.
Rubero is one of your favourite haunts.
Well, I'll tell you, I would have been travelled in a lot of the different music venues, throughout the country, and of course, I used to be very involved with Baroo there a few years ago with John Geehan in the Ceol and it was, I've had an interest for it the last about 20 years in traditional music. Well, earlier on I used to play with different types of bands and different types of music, but I think the traditional is tremendous, and it's our heritage, literally.
Absolutely, yeah. You grew up, of course, playing music for the most part of your family.
Well, I did. I grew up literally, funny enough, in our own family at home, I grew up in Upper Church, and there wasn't much music. Well, my mother was a lovely singer, and that there wasn't, unfortunately, none of the rest of the family played music except myself. But I always had a great interest in percussion and drums and stuff like that, and I always had a great interest in traditional music.
Good stuff. And Upper Church, of course, is the home of music for the most part. A fantastic show here tonight, wasn't it?
Absolutely, been brilliant, and such a turnout, and the hospitality of it, everything was absolutely brilliant.
Pat Fahey, it's always nice to join us on Down Your Way.
Thank you very much, Eamon.
Got up with Pat Flanagan, good friend of mine over the years. Pat, congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much. Now, I was taken totally by surprise, and there was a stage then when I kind of just realised there's something up here, and it dawned on me that that's what they were at. Catherine, at one stage, she mentioned that I'm the MC, but I'll explain about that later on. So I knew at that point, that the game is up.
And the ball is thrown in.
Correct.
It's a fantastic award, and of course, Lifeline, your life is all about this music.
I've been involved a long time now, I have. I suppose going back to the start, my two parents were fiddle players, but they didn't actually play a lot now. They were busy, they were farming and that. But at the same time, it was in the house. For the odd occasion that there'd be a good old party, these fiddles would be brought out and played and that kind of stuff. They were both able to sing, and there was that kind of music, all right, but it was really, even that I actually took lessons when I was young, when I was about maybe 10, it was really when there were two things that happened to me. I joined up with Machran Ferma when I was in my late 20s, and that was fantastic. We used to do light entertainment shows that time. I was with Newcastle Mahuna down in West Limerick. And there was great old rivalry between a neighbouring club in Monaghan, but at the same time, even that we were competing against one another, we used to often still sit down and have the old few tunes and a bit of a laugh and so on, So that was good. And then my second experience then was when I came to Roscrea and I met the Coltus people, and that was the start of it. So about 1984, I'd say, or 84 or 85. I met
40 years ago.
40 years ago, yeah. I don't know where that time has gone.
Absolutely not. Well, I think you have told me that in your own kitchen.
Yes. That's
while
it.
ago.
That's it, yeah. We had great nights with you that time.
There was two of them.
Well, sure, they were so good, you see. We did it twice.
Look, your memory, what's one of your finest memories of Coltus and being a part of the group?
I suppose what keeps me going in Coltus really is the kind of the bond that there is between musicians. And when you get people to sit down and play a few tunes, talk about the tunes, and then it leads on to other things, and there's just great camaraderie that goes on, let's say, at that stage. And I love playing the few old tunes as well, even though that my playing wouldn't be advanced as such. But like if the session is reasonably handy and I can cope with it, I love it.
Tell us about Pat's tune.
So, well, sure, it was very simple. I heard it one morning on the radio, and the tune goes. You see, when you, I'll just hum a bit of it now. So it goes da 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 da. And that's actually a scale. You see, it goes da 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 da, all the do re mi up along. And I got out of bed straight away. I didn't know what the tune was. I got out of bed straight away because it was in my head, and I jotted down the notes. And I said, that's a very handy little polka now, and 'twould suit the children, no bother. That once you'd know that all the notes went up and they came down in a row as well. And I brought it in, and because I brought it, it became known as Pat's Polka. But of course I didn't write it the original time. So it was Johnny Leary's polka, but I only found that out afterwards.
I was more concerned with Pat's
No,
polka.
but Leary was obviously a better man,
I suppose when it's over this weekend, will you leave up the guitar and the violin for a while, or what? How does it work?
Well, I love to go in now. We had a thing here tonight, and there was a mention of age-friendly. So I've been going to that for a while. I don't make them all. That's a lovely setting to be in. And we play a few tunes and we sing songs and everything like that. And that would do you good. Now,
I'm actually doing a program with Age Friendly, and all of you guys.
Lovely.
Maybe later on.
Later on in the year, yeah. And I know that you were, or am I right in this now, were you involved with the launch of the book with Peter Byrne?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You were, yeah. I've read that book in the meantime, and it just really highlights what it means to people to be able to go to a setting totally informal. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything if you don't feel like it. You can sing if you wish. You can play if you wish. There's nobody judging. And people go home. But I was really struck by a couple of the articles in the book regarding what it meant to people. And it just brought him a totally new lease of life,
Another man, Peter, that has made a huge contribution to Coltus and to music.
Peter Byrne. Oh, he has. I suppose he has a knack of telling stories as well, and he's able to kind of just make people at ease and tell them an old yarn, and they can all identify with it. Simple little stories, but he's able to put the twist in them. He did fabulous work out in the Farm Relief, of course, all those years, and what he has done, even what he has captured in that book, is fabulous. Yeah.
And look, our time is tidy. We really appreciate the hospitality here tonight and all the rest. Absolutely fabulous.
Great job. It was a great night. Anne Feehan there and my own Marion did a lot of the catering for it. And then we had outside help as well, and that. So that's it.
That's it. So that's my lot for this week. My thanks to all our guests on this week's programme. Congratulations once again to Ross Gray and hosting the County Flair. Absolutely brilliant. Until next week, have a very good week. Bye-bye.